What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Menace. Today, we are coming in with teen kills 15-year-old girl while watching body cam videos. I know this is a little bit of a different setup. You know, we got the ghost face behind me. We're in G Funky's house, okay? So, unfortunately, we're not used to this whole setup. So, if there's a couple different technical issues, don't mind me. Let's jump right into it.
It's just before 11 p.m. at an apartment in Lake Township, Ohio, where police respond to a report of a person shot.
Police.
Hi. Hi. So, the body is upstairs. Okay, Mom, I'm gonna let you go. Okay. So, it's upstairs and then, to the right.
Gun clear, sir. It's on the dresser.
Where's it at?
It's over there. I cleared it.
Oh my God.
Nope,
That?
no, sir. That's on by my TV. No, sir. Other TV behind you. 10mm.
All right.
In an upstairs bedroom, officers find 15-year-old Simony Moore suffering from a gunshot wound to the head. As one man performs CPR, an officer collects the weapon allegedly used in the shooting, while a familiar show airs on the television.
Dude, that's funny as hell. I mean, they're literally watching the exact body cam that we're watching. That'd be like if I just rolled over and I just shot G Funky while watching this shit. You get what I'm saying?
Any other guns?
No, sir.
What fucking sign did he have? Hold on, let's go back. Hold on.
Any other guns?
Liberty, guns, beer, and tits. LGBT. Yo. I'm gonna go on a limb, say that this is part of that sweep of the Bible Belt. You feel me? It's right there, okay? It's right there. He's deep south.
No, sir.
And of course, he has a Trump 2020. I'm not saying that everybody who supports Trump believes in this, okay? But this all makes sense, okay? The Second Amendment. No shit. He just shot a woman. A little girl, actually.
Yes, ma'am.
The officer secures the firearm in question, which is later submitted into evidence, before returning to the bedroom.
Budweiser, like what are these tapestries, bro? Actually, I knew a kid that was like this. Actually, a friend of mine, Logan. You guys have probably heard a couple stories about him. He would have some shit like this up in his room.
Simony was pronounced dead on scene a short time later, according to an incident report. Next, more officials arrive as the investigation gets underway.
And then, I didn't know, but there was blood on my prom shoe spot. So I touched her blood, and then I washed it off in the sink.
The box come from upstairs?
Yeah, it was right next door.
Where's the gun at?
Upstairs. First room on the right.
Is that the gun?
Yes.
Is it clear up there? Can they
Yeah,
go?
it's clear.
Sir.
Police identify the suspect seen here as 18-year-old Jacob Heinzelman, who one officer notes showed, quote, no emotion and was extraordinarily calm upon their arrival.
Who am I talking to? Okay, go ahead. Just let's come downstairs. Absolutely. What's up, away from the door? Just...
I mean, this is a nice upstanding house. I mean, look at these cabinets. They got fucking Bounty up here, okay? The paper towel brand. You know what I'm saying? This is a nice upstanding house.
I was cleaning my gun. It was jammed. I couldn't figure out what was wrong with it. I took the mag out. I cleared it. There's nothing there. I was clearing it again. I put the slide off. I put it back on. As I go to like reinsert the sock back onto the clip itself, it went off. They were just like that. First thing I did was call 911. She said CPR. Call you guys. That's exactly what I did. I've done that 1,000 times. I've never had it happen that I've done. I don't know what's going on or why I did that. I've never done that.
Jacob claims the gun misfired while he was cleaning it, leading to what he describes as an accidental shooting. But officials have more questions for him.
My key was in my purse. It was still in there. And so I was...
There are no other weapons in the house.
His gun.
I have no other weapons on me. That's not true. I'm sorry. I think there's a 22 upstairs in that room, but that's about it. Yes. Is there anything I can do?
Not right now. Just hang tight.
Can you hear me? Alright. I don't know how to say this, but the gun went off. Yeah. His friend got hit, and I'm pretty sure she's dead. There was a bowl of gin. There was a bowl of gin in the chamber. I was cleaning it out. There were two that were actually jammed. I cleared the first one out, and when I put the second one back on, the hammer re-engaged and it went off. Everybody in this house has cleared that gun 1,000 times, and it's never happened.
What's that?
I don't know what I could have done differently. I've done that 1,000 times, and it's never happened. It's jammed before, but it's never launched 2 bullets. Just before you guys got here, before I started CPR, I cleared it just to make sure I was cleared twice. And 2, the one round that was still fully intact came out, and I set that next to the gun with the dischambered round, and they were both next. They were both in the gun. And ever since then, I've been on edge, and I've never had this happen. That's why I sleep with it. I clear it. I put it on safety. I have a lot on it, almost 24/7. I'm not home with it. It's just gun safety, biggest fucking rule. I'll go off just because of what I saw. But I'm gonna go off and say that she's not me.
And see what?
I'm gonna say that she's not me because of where it is. I don't know.
I'm not up to no, I didn't.
Well, from what I saw, it looked like it hit her right about here. There was no exit wound, so it wasn't a clean shot. I tried CPR. I checked it 2 or 3 different times. There was no pulse. Unfortunately, or fortunately, I should say, I've never had anything happen like this. How does that work about when all of this is done and through about getting lifesavers weapon back? How does that work?
Well, it's going to be a while.
I figured, because it's going to have to go through
It'll be held as evidence until...
I mean, this kid's smart. I mean, he reminds me a lot of myself, which is probably not the best thing to say, especially going into, like, I have no idea how the rest of this interview is going to go. But, like, he did everything right, you know? I was compliant. He's like, before I started CPR, I made sure that the gun mag was out, so that way there was no way I could have possibly shot at you guys. Like, I wanted to make sure I was compliant and everything else, you know? And his story kind of makes sense. I mean, I'm not a gun owner myself, you know, but, like, I mean, his story kind of makes sense. I mean, I kind of get it. You know, you're cleaning your gun, all of a sudden it goes off, shoots some girl. Accidents happen, bro. Like, I'm not saying that this girl deserved to be killed, but if we're gonna live in a gun world, then we have to acknowledge that there will be accidents sometimes. You know what I mean?
Everything's done.
Yeah, I figured it would be something along the lines of that. I should come down.
Jacob questions when he can expect the firearm to be returned before making a request.
May I go hug my girlfriend? Is that okay? I can show you my phone.
Probably not every time.
Well, the only reason I'm asking is because she's never dealt with anything like this. That's fine.
And let the medics talk with her for a minute.
Moments later, another investigator arrives to question the suspect.
Howdy.
Bro's not in any police gear. That's a Nike hoodie and some jeans, bro.
How you doing, man?
Well, took me back to my deployment days.
What's that?
Took me back to my deployment days.
Military?
2 years.
What branch?
Marine Corps.
Okay. What's your name?
Jacob.
Jacob? What's your last name, Jacob?
High school.
What happened tonight?
My gun's been having a problem the last few days being jammed. So the girls were talking.
What kind of gun?
10 millimeter.
Okay.
I can remember the brand at the moment. But I was sitting on my floor at a point this way. Like I said, it's been having a problem getting jammed the last few days, so I was continuously highways clear twice before I opened it. I took the mag out, everything out of it. As soon as I leave the mag out, I cleared twice. I took everything off. I inspected it. I couldn't find a problem with it. I had never had a problem with it doing it. As soon as I put the slide back on and it engaged the hammer, the pin, there were 2 rounds that were stuck simultaneously like this that I didn't see. And as soon as it did, it pushed the other one off.
Hi, who are you? Who are you, officer? His girlfriend? Her friend?
I'm so sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I don't mean to interrupt this video like this, but G Funky, can you please go grab me something to drink? I am fucking parched. Just either the root beer or whatever.
Root beer.
Sorry, I'm so sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just sitting here. I'm fucking. You feel me? Thank you so much.
Are you guys going to want to talk to the other buddy that was here? He served with me also.
Was he here tonight?
Yeah.
Was he here when it happened?
Yeah. He left. The only reason why he left is because it took him back way too much. So he was like, I just need.
Yeah, he's going to need to come back.
Do you guys want him to meet at the station or back here on scene?
Station's probably fine.
Jacob sticks to his story, but reveals that 2 other people were allegedly in the room when the shooting occurred. According to an incident report, one of those witnesses later told police that the 4 of them had been drinking before she noticed Jacob, quote, playing with his gun shortly before the fatal shot was fired.
Because that doesn't look suspicious or anything.
I tried not to, but I was more focused on her because it's a situation.
Next, another investigator arrives with a few questions of his own.
Well, as I told the other guy, took me back to my deployment days. Not something I ever wanted to see again.
Your deployment days, expound on that.
I was in the Corps for 2 years.
You were in the Marine Corps for 2 years?
Yes, sir.
What unit were you with?
Like my MLS or?
Oh, your unit. You were assigned to a unit after training?
Yeah. So I went through my MLS, was my 2336 Delta. I went in for EOD. I've been out for 3.5, 4 months. I'll be honest with you, everything's a little fuzzy right now.
Okay. So, probably didn't take you this. You have shoes?
I told him, I said, if I'm assuming you guys are going to take me down, I would have to go upstairs, grab my shoes and socks real quick and switch if I could, but otherwise, yeah, I would have no problems.
Is it in that room? Okay. I'll grab that for you.
So he just informed me there was somebody here that left prior to our arrival.
There was. So there were 3 people here. It was me, her, and then it was my other buddy. He served with me. He left simply because of, we saw the same. He couldn't handle this. We called one of our friends to leave. He's going to meet us.
Was he in the room?
Yeah, he was sitting right next to us. So I was sitting, my bed was here. I was sitting here. My friend was sitting over here. And then sitting right next to me on this other bus. 3 of us were sitting.
Okay.
Do I need to take a phone charger with me or can I charge it down there?
What kind do you have?
C.
No, we got C's.
The casing that struck the female should be right next to that other round.
And the female upstairs, what's her name?
Sim. I don't know.
Simony?
Sim.
How do you know her? Perfect.
So she was having problems at her terminus tonight. I asked if we could come pick her up. I said, yeah, that's perfectly okay.
So she came over here just to hang out?
Yeah, I don't know what other episodes. Or also or different thing. They were meeting actually shortly. I thought 11 they were going to agree to go back to the place.
Okay. Okay.
I just don't understand. I clear that gun every night at the same time. I wake up and I clear it. I go to bed and right before I go to bed, I clear it. I've never had a problem.
You heard that right. Jacob says Simony was allegedly involved in an argument with a family member before he says she asked to come over. Seconds later, the officer reveals the reality of the situation to the suspect.
They said she was deceased.
And they did.
Is there any other information I gave you why it's still fresh in my head?
What's that?
Is there any other information I gave you why it's still fresh in my head? Thank you, sir.
At work.
Yes, sir. Okay. Was there a pair of socks in that top dresser?
I don't remember the top dresser. I'll be honest with you. Yeah, I got you.
Whatever works for you guys.
And race it a little bit.
Yeah, not the first time I've had to do it.
I mean, granted, the guy's being very, very nice and cordial. I mean, he's complying, I guess. I mean, I hate when people comply in these body cams, because then it's not entertaining to watch.
What is that? Like the hands and foot?
Cover all our bases. I mean, it's just,
I
I mean, something like this happens, obviously we gotta cover, you know, it's everything and anything, you know. Is there anywhere blood anywhere else on you at all?
there was some on my foot, but that got cleaned off. That was it.
You clean that off on your foot?
Yeah.
What foot was it?
My right foot.
Right foot, okay.
There were like literally 3 small dots on it, just because from when I went over her and I pulled her off the bed, because that's what she asked me to do to give her CPR. I think when I pulled her off and it just flipped over, is what happened. Is how it got over.
Okay.
I don't know if it was. We've been having the problem. So like, if you look on the spray monitor itself, there's either like rust or some sort of like orange paint or something on the top of the spraying towards where the actual tip of the barrel is. I don't know if that was a problem. I don't know if it was just sticky and it got lodged in there.
Grab photos of.
Because my buddy, who's like the registered owner, was like, did you change the one before?
Now, dressed in what appears to be pro-gun attire, Jacob prepares to head to the police station, but not before one investigator shares some thoughts.
I've done that 1,000 times.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, I said you've been in the Marine Corps, so you know, you should know first thing about firearm safety and handling.
You would think I would know damn near everything about it, but they still surprise me.
Did you see this?
It happens.
For photos. That's what's better.
Okay. Was that down here when?
No, she brought
It
it
was
down.
by the bed and I grabbed it because it was underneath, or like my purse was on top of it. So I grabbed both of them because it's my prom shoes.
Okay. All right. You want to?
Next, Jacob is escorted outside, where his ride awaits.
And the plus side is my car should be toasty from sitting here for a while.
I hope so. My one roommate likes that thing colder than the Polar Express itself.
Not a lot of room, so.
Like I said, Grandma's cabin used to be in the back.
Now seated in an interview room, Jacob chats with an officer while waiting for detectives.
So, I think that's what it could have been. Because I've never made a mistake with a weapon. I was raised so heavily on gun safety. And what I don't understand is because when I cleared it, I had it on the floor. And as soon as I turned it around, I heard click, boom. It was that simple. Hand wasn't even on the trigger. I had it on the side of the thing. Never put my hand on the trigger, just in case. As I said, I'm not even, like, I'm still grasping the fact that she got shot, yeah, but I'm grasping the fact of how, because I've never, that's not true, I think I have once or twice, but I've never seen, you know, a pistol like that chambered 2 rounds. You know, between the blood on the floor and my sheets and everything, how's that gonna work? Like, do I get to go back home? Do they clean that out? How does that work?
They're probably gonna be processing that, I would imagine, until tomorrow. So, yeah. Well, very likely, I don't know what it would be, but you're gonna catch some kind of charge because somebody died. So,
Yeah. Do you know roughly what it would be? Or do I have any idea?
yeah, I'd have to.
I'll tell you what though, the one thing that hurts worse about this case is the fact that she was so young. That's what hurts.
Yeah. Oh, she's 17.
15. But I'm trying to make some sort of light on the situation. The dispatcher was like, "You know how to do CPR?" I was like, "Well, ma'am, I was a lifeguard for 7 years. I would hope so." She was like, "Okay, you need me to count for you?" And I'm like, No, I'm okay. I promise you, I have more than enough extensive training how to do CPR.
Yeah,
She was like,
man, I saw you. I was like, I couldn't do anything better than what you're doing, so.
Well, that's definitely something I'll think about for a hot minute.
So,
The fact that I'm in your guys' top 3 worst cases.
mine.
Always yours.
Yeah.
She was like, yeah, just found out the officer that sat in there with me for like 6 hours found out that I was one of his top 3 worst cases. Really something to be proud of. Go Jake.
LA.
LA. Go Jake. I don't know what hurts more, the fact that she was so young and the accident happened, seeing it and reliving it, or the fact of how her parents are going to react. Yeah, her best friend made a joke and she was like, I really don't know how to react. I'm just going to use humor. I said, why? She was like, well, because she's a safety. Like, she doesn't have to go in for that shift. She didn't want to go to it. I'm just like, that's really too soon. Way too soon.
That's humor you learned in basic training.
See, as much as about the situation that I want to laugh, just because I use laughter to cure that shit. That's just what I do. Like, humor is my way to solve a lot of my problems. But I'm just kind of like, on this situation, I want to, because I know it'll make me feel a little better. But it's kind of don't, because I'm just like, that's not something I really want to think about.
Seconds after stating he doesn't want to think about the incident, Jacob once again rehashes his side of the story.
So it's like one specific part that's continuously replayed.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the only part, which is the fact that, like, you know, as soon as I put the slide, because like the way it is, you had to like pull the slide back and then lock it to then, flip the switch back up to try to close it. And it was as soon as I pulled it back, because the way that is, because it likes to get stuck right before you can like truly lock it.
Yeah.
So I like threw it back into it, and as soon as it just hit, it was just enough pressure. I don't understand how. But I was sitting kind of like this, right? And she was laying on my bed. She was kind of laying like, if you were to lay like that way with your head towards me, because she was like laying on the side of my bed watching TV. We all were. Actually, we were watching Pit Chases. And, I'm putting my gun on, and I like throw it back into it. And as soon as I did, my hand pushed it up, and as soon as it did, it just was enough to discharge it. And I immediately heard it, and I...
Could you imagine if this kid, I'm so sorry to interrupt this interrogation fucking boring ass scene, but could you imagine if this kid was sitting here and all of a sudden, like, he's chilling, vibing, scrolling through, lawn crime body cams, and he sees himself on the video? Like, I feel like that's a fourth wall break inside of a fourth wall break. Does that make sense? Like, it's funny enough that he was already watching police body cams when the police showed up, but now this motherfucker is on a police body cam.
Because I thought, if you don't have to run to my bed, I was like, okay, scary, terrifying, put her onto the wall, put her onto the bed. Nobody gets hurt. I would rather that happen. An accident, big deal. And then the moment I look over, I'm just like, clear the round, get everybody out, call the cops. That was the first thing I did. And my friend was like, call the cops, call the cops, call the cops. And I'm just like, I gotta find my phone. I have to find my phone to call the cops.
Yeah.
And my girlfriend, she was just like, I was like, you need to get out. She was like, why? And I was like, because this will literally traumatize you. She was like, what about you? And I said, I've seen worse. Literally, I promise you I've seen worse. This, as much as it hurts to do, as much as this is going to hurt to do, like to do the CPR, everything to pull it off, I said, I have to do this because he can't, you won't, and I'm not waiting for the paramedics to be here. So it was just, that's the part that's replayed in the head. That's like the only part that has me like continuously shaking my leg, because I'm like sitting here like, if I would have held it a little straighter, pointed it at the floor, like, maybe like tried to like pull it down into the floor or something, or, if I would have cleaned it like 30 minutes later, or
From 30 seconds, or
yeah,
any one of a million. Yeah.
like if they would have gotten ready to get up and, nobody was in the room, something like I'm thinking of every little detail that I could have been changed.
Yeah.
You're real tired. I just remember telling one of you guys, it was like, like, where was everybody? I was like, well, I was on the floor, next to me laying down on the other side of the wall. She was upstairs. Like, I remember how she was laying. I remember how her hair was. Like, I remember where my girlfriend was, how she was standing, because she had literally just walked back into the room. I remember that for a fact.
See, if she did, yeah.
I swear I could like sit here for hours and just be like, what about this?
Mm-hmm.
What about this? Because my buddy was like, well, hey, you want to go do something? And I was like, no, I just want to stay home. I was like, what if I said yes,
or something? Or what if I wouldn't have said yes to picking her up? Or, you know, I think one thing that hurts me the most was that I told her she was going to be safe at my house. I said, nothing's going to happen. You're safe at my house.
Yeah. That's one of those things that'll be stuck in your head for a bit.
I don't think I'm going to have people over around that. I might have to go back to therapy.
Very likely. That's probably a good idea.
No. I would say I could shoot some, you know, targets, but that probably is gonna be a minute before I lay my hands on another gun. Yeah, give me a week.
Jacob spends the next few hours speaking with detectives, where, according to an incident report, he later dropped his claim that he was cleaning the weapon after detectives noted that they had not observed any cleaning equipment in plain sight where the incident occurred. Instead, Jacob allegedly said the gun simply misfired, while another witness claimed he was, quote, messing around with it by taking it apart and putting it back together. Next, additional officers arrived to escort the suspect to jail.
All right. Okay. Face the wall.
What's up, man?
Put your hands behind your back. Hands behind your back. Put your palms together. Palms together.
Can you tell me what's happening, please?
Yeah, okay. Those all right? Not too tight?
Perfectly fine, sir. You mind telling me what's going on now?
Yep, you're being transported to the county jail.
For what?
That, I'm not sure. You'll find out that I was not privy to the information. I'm just driving.
Jacob was booked for reckless homicide and having a weapon while under disability.
Go. Okay, it's fast. All right. Appreciate you.
Am I not allowed a phone call? Am I not allowed a phone
This is what
call?
we're gonna do. We're gonna take a seat, okay? We're not gonna talk the whole way down, okay? Just take a seat for me.
So I'm ready for a phone call.
You can get one when you get to the jail.
Yes, sir.
After further investigation, the 18-year-old was additionally charged with improperly handling firearms in a motor vehicle, carrying a concealed weapon, and failure to comply with underage alcohol laws after prosecutors alleged he had driven with a fully loaded firearm earlier in the day. In an unrelated turn of events, Jacob was also charged with illegal use of a minor in nudity-oriented material after a search of his phone reportedly uncovered illegal material not related to the shooting victim.
Sir, I do have one quick question.
Yes.
The guy said that if anything were to happen, I just have my 2 babes on me. They said they would take it later.
Okay.
They said that before they took me, I would be able to get at least a few phone numbers from my cell phone so I can call somebody. How does that work?
Where's your cell phone at?
That gentleman has it in there.
Oh, then no. If it's already seized and booked, we can't take it out of booking.
No, that's fine. He said that if I left or anything, that I would be able to get a cell phone, like a number out of it.
Yeah, I got no way to do that, man.
Can you ask him? Because that was the gentleman who I talked to.
You can talk to who?
That gentleman that just walked out that door right before I walked out. That's the man that I need to talk to real quick. He was the one who said I could.
Okay. Let me go ask, but I'm assuming the answer's gonna be no, but worth a shot.
Thank you, sir.
After pleading guilty to the charges, court records show Jacob was sentenced to more than 11 years behind bars and ordered
11 years? Yeah, they threw him with that child pornography charge too. Yeah, no, that makes sense. If it was just the shooting though, I'd say a good 6. I think 6 years would be fine. I don't know, maybe it'd be a bad judge. But yeah, 6 years I feel like would be the max. You know, I don't know. I don't know. That's kind of a boring fucking body cam, not gonna lie. There's just a lot of talking. The talking ones aren't fun. It's fun when, you know, there's a person on the loose running from the cops or is doing something crazy. That's the fun body cams. When this guy's complying, it's like, why even make the video of the body cam then? You know what I mean? Like, why even put that out into the world? Like, that's a boring body cam, but whatever the case may be, I digress. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys appreciated this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and drop a comment down below if you think that this guy deserves 11 years. I don't know. He was very compliant. Very, very compliant. There was like literally nothing else that kid could have done in order to help out the cops more. You know what I mean? So let me know down in the comments. Thank you all very much for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye.